Hi everyone, my name is Godbold Kelly Chukebua, and I say I'm your favorite poultry farmer. Well, the story I'm about to tell you is the story of how I became a professional rural poultry farmer. It's a real life story, my story. Well, three things that have helped me and have carried me along: God, hard work, and consistency. Now, these three things have changed my career, my perspective on poultry farming as a whole. Well, but before I share this story with you, like my channel, subscribe, and hit at the notification button. Okay? Thank you. Well, fast forward to 2015, after my JAMB, WAEC, NECO, when I was waiting for admission. Now I had three schools in mind: Ajayi Crowther, Bowen University, and Madonna. Well, I went to Ajayi Crowther. I finished all the necessary things that needs to be done in the school. I paid some fee, not tuition fee, but I paid for it anyways. While I was still waiting, my mom came to me and told me that Lamang University is giving scholarship, but it's an agricultural based school. I said, no mom, I don't want anything to do with agriculture. I was going for accounting. That was my key course of study. Why did I choose accounting? Now my senior brother promised Godbold was good in accounting. So I was like, if this guy is that good in accounting, he's a chartered accountant now. If this guy is that good in accounting, why not? I have to follow his footsteps. Definitely he will guide my career path as an accountant as well. So that was it. Well, one day, fast forward to 2015 still, I was in my sitting room seeing a movie. I will not forget that day, Empire. That was April 2015. Empire. That was the movie I was seeing. Then my dad called me. Chukwe, that's where you are. I told Mama home. I said, okay, congratulations. Michael University have given you admission. I was like, Dad, I don't understand. Well, my friend, go and check the website. They're giving you admission. I said, you don't understand. Okay, sir, thank you. So at that moment, it was April. So I was thinking my dad wanted to do me April Fool. So I quickly went to my mom, told her what my dad said. So my mom called my dad to clarify if it's actually true. So which I know that my dad would never prank my mom at that moment. So my dad was like, yeah, it's true that my University have given him admission. So while she was still calling, I would just check the website. Well, I'll saw my name. And wow, that's wonderful. So he called me on Monday, and I was meant to travel on Sunday, and the exam was on Monday. The position exam was on Monday. So I had to pack up one or two things, took my heels to Umuahia on Sunday, and on Monday, Michael University of Agriculture to write my post-UME. Well, that was where the scenario of how God entered. Now, remember, my course study, I thought my course study was accounting, which was what I had in mind. Which was what my dad, I told my dad already, yeah, I'm studying accounting. So when I got to the faculty, accounting faculty, to write the exam, the accounting exam, it was a 2-hour exam. Then I got there, I finished the exam under 1 hour. It was quite so simple though. So while I was still writing the exam, I was done with the exam, I was actually cross-checking. Then an external invigilator came in and said, please, sorry, we've noticed a mistake that most of you are doing. Now, if you're in this hall, please go through your post-UME form. If they did not write accounting your post-UME form, this is not your hall. So me, I was like, well, he's not talking to me, I know this is my hall. So I just felt reluctant. I reluctantly checked the form. Behold, I saw agribusiness and management. I just closed it back. At that moment, I couldn't understand what was happening. I opened it again and checked. Agribusiness and management. I closed it back. I checked again. Agribusiness and management. Man, I took up all my heels. I stood up. Went to meet him. I told him, sir, please, I think this is not my hall. See what I'm saying. He said, yeah, this is not your hall. You are meant to be in an agribusiness and management hall. Please go to your hall immediately. Remember, that was an exam of 2 hours. I already spent 1 hour 20 minutes, remaining 18 minutes. So I was already tensed. I was already scared, tense, and a fresher which I was. So immediately I went outside, stopped a bike guy. Now I never knew that the department was so close. My faculty, which are agribusiness and marketing, was so close to accounting faculty. So I boarded a bike guy. So this bike guy told me, okay, this now okay, now 500 naira. I said, you know what, let's go. This guy carried me around the school premises, then brought me back just 1 mile from where he carried me from. Like, bro, I don't understand. Why is it 500? It's not fine. This is not the place. He said, okay, now 500. I don't tell you. So I just gave him the 500 naira to avoid argument. Already I was tense. I was scared I was going to miss the exam. So immediately I went to the exam hall. I wrote the exam of 2 hours. I wrote it under 70 minutes, thereabout. So the result came out. Guess what? I passed. I so passed. Guess what I passed? I got 65.5%. That was God, let my people go. At least I made it. I made it. So fast forward to 2017. Well, I've been given admission. I don't have any choice. I have to just adapt to the agricultural. I have to adapt to agribusiness and management. So that was it. I started it. So on the long run, our lecturer, Dr. Mrs. Lillian, whenever she comes to teach, that woman, I love her so much. Whenever she comes to teach, she don't teach, she don't lecture. She just have a conversation with her and the student. We do have conversation together. We just talk, share your ideas. Let's know where you're going to. So one day she came up with this program, SEEDC, Southeast Entrepreneurship Development Center. It was being sponsored by Central Bank. She told us that this is an opportunity for us to make our career path. Well, I reluctantly enrolled, registered, all thanks to promise God, but he actually paid for my registration. So the program was a 3-month program. The first month was the theoretical aspect of it. The second month was the practical aspect of it. And the third month was the business plan aspect of it. So after the theoretical aspect of it, now it was time for practical aspect. Then the coordinator came at the last day of the theoretical aspect and told us that this is a period where we will choose our career path. He mentioned a whole lot of agricultural activities we can choose. He mentioned poultry, he mentioned piggery, he mentioned cattle rearing, he mentioned plantation and snake farm. He mentioned a whole lot of them. So when he was mentioning them, I was jotting them down. So I got back home, went back on my seat, relaxed very well. I picked poultry farming. I was like, why poultry farming? Why poultry farming? That was like, well, let the will of God be done. Well, we were posted to our duty post for the practical aspect of it. Then I was posted to poultry farming aspect. Man, I did that work like it was my poultry farm. I was so engaged because I wanted to know the end, the root. Why poultry is poultry? I wanted to know the end. I was so zealous. Even after the program, I was still coming, learning about poultry farming. So we finished the practical aspect. Then the business plan. We finished the business plan. Well, this is my business plan. It was so hectic. All times he promised that God would as well. He guided me through to this business plan. And this is the certificate from Central Bank of Nigeria, SEEDC, Southeast Entrepreneurship Development Center. So that was it. Then fast forward to 2020, the COVID hit. Why the COVID hit? Now the school authority, I was staying in the hostel then. The school authority came and announced that please the students should leave the hostel. They want to isolate and fumigate hostel. I was like, okay. Now I had 3 places to go: Aba, Nigeria, Lagos, and Abuja. So I couldn't phantom. I was like, Aba would never work for me. No, I can't go to Aba at this period. I had my reasons. Abuja was my house. I said I can't go to Abuja. If I go to Abuja, I won't focus more. Then I went to Lagos. That was the best decision I ever made in my life, going to Lagos. Now when I got to Lagos, I was so engaged. But I was still studying poultry farming, taking courses on poultry, taking Udemy courses, taking Coursera courses. I was so much engaged in poultry farming. Well, because I'm a prayer person, I pray a lot. So while I was still engaging in poultry farming, taking courses, writing exams on poultry farming, it was hit me. But you are now versatile in poultry farming. Why can't you start educating rural poultry farmers? Because most rural poultry farmers don't really get the key points in poultry. which is mainly biosecurity. Now, when you have a standard biosecurity in your farm, trust me, you will never have any disease outbreak in your farm. Now, this was where most rural poultry farmers were missing out. Well, I couldn't carry on that activity to educate rural poultry farmers, but because of the COVID, the restriction of movement, then I went back to school. After that was 2021, I went back to school. Then I started educating rural poultry farmers in school, in Umuahia, in Aba, in Owerri, and Abuja. I started educating rural poultry farmers. Then along the line, I was so enjoying it. Now, mind you, while I was doing that, I was documenting it, posting it on my LinkedIn, on my Instagram, on my Facebook, on my WhatsApp stories, sharing people my story with these poultry farmers, and I was so joyous doing it. So fast forward to my service period. While I was serving, I served in Abuja. While I was serving, I was engaged. I started my own poultry farm. Well, that is where I came in. This was why I started my own poultry farm with just 100 beds. And this 100 beds have actually moved to the permanent side. Don't worry, I will give you a full detail of that. Now, this was why I started just 100 beds while I was still serving. I served in Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development, Agri-Business and Marketing Department in Abuja, Ogun to Nigeria. That was where I served. Well, it was so fun. I was still engaged in my poultry farming. Now, I was able to understand something. It's not really about reading the theoretical aspect of it. Just practicalize it to get to understand if you're really in the game. Well, I fell in love with it. I was in the game. Now, why am I sharing this story with you guys? Now, poultry farming is a lucrative business. I know you watching me there, you want to start up a poultry farm, but you don't know how to start it up. You can start anywhere. Stop procrastinating. You can start anywhere you are. I fell in love with poultry farming because I was consistent. I was hardworking. Now, while I was working during that in CDC, the practical aspect of it, I was so hardworking. I put all my life to it. Then even after then, I was still doing it. That is where hard work and consistency came in. Now I've completed with God, hard work and consistency. So I was so in love with poultry farming that I was educating rural poultry farmers for free. Now, why am I sharing my story with you? I'm sharing my story with you. You that want to start poultry farming, but you don't know how to start it off. That's why I'm here. That's why I've created this channel for you. From next week, I'll be taking you on courses how to brood, how to prepare for brooding, how to vaccinate your bird, how to give your bird medication, how to rear your bird from day old chick to 6 weeks exactly, or 7. But me, I rear my own from 6 weeks to 8 or 7 weeks. Yes, I have my reasons for doing that. So please, I beg you, subscribe to my channel, like, share, hit at the notification button, so that when I start, you'll be so engaged. Now, I'm doing this to educate rural poultry farmers. I love rural poultry farmers. Because rural poultry farmers are the highest populated poultry farmers in Nigeria. In my street alone, I have like 6 of rural poultry farmers. Now, these guys don't really have that knowledge. They're just doing it because of someone advised them to do poultry farming. More like their side hustle. Now, they don't really take note of this standard biosecurity, the conceptual biosecurity, the operational biosecurity, and the structural biosecurity. They don't acknowledge this biosecurity, because if they do, trust me, they will think out of the box. But no, they don't. Why? Because they believe poultry farming they just do it. It's a side of no. I know you mean a millionaire who is to do poultry farming. So stop procrastinating. That's why I'm here. I'm here to educate rural poultry farmers, to share my ideas on poultry farming. My God, hard work and consistency have made me, I'm now a professional poultry farmer. There's nothing in poultry farming that don't do for me that won't tackle. So that's why I'm here to educate you who have been procrastinating. Now, one thing about poultry farming is you can start anywhere you are. Depending that you have space and you have all the equipment, like I have my tray here, I have my drinkers, I have my feeders. Then you have these things and you have the space. You might not start with 1,000 beds. I started with 100. started with 100, and this 100 have moved. Don't worry, I'll take you to a bigger farm in the nearest time. I'll be taking all my courses here from brooding to 8 weeks. I'll be showing you how I'll be doing everything here. Now, why do I want to start? I don't want to go to a big farm to start. You say, no, I'm starting with 1,000 bed. We don't understand. I want to start with 100 bed. So it's going to sink into your head that, I can really do this in this guy is doing. That's why I'm here to educate you, to help you, to put you through in poultry farming. So please, hang on, sit tight, and enjoy what I have to offer you. And please, I beg of you, subscribe, like, hit the notification button, and ride with me with this journey. Thank you so much. I say, man, your favorite poultry farmer, God both can educate people. Thanks.